hey guys.
Wait, I want to get my tea.
Never mind.
See?
ASMR. Okay. Hey guys.
Oh, guys, it's been a hot sec.
It really has. Sorry for taking so long. We've been sick.
What haven't we been?
Down in the
We've been
dumps.
COVID, flu, binge watching TV because we're tired and don't have. Honestly, the main issue was that people are in our apartment
That's
and we
true.
can't record.
We didn't have the quiet peace time to record
We
this,
need
but
an hour to ourselves.
we do.
Are
you ready?
Okay.
Welcome back to We're Just Two Girls. You said the wrong name.
Oh my god.
I'm dead.
Welcome back to We're Just Two Girls.
Today we're going to talk about how important it is to seek advice from the right people and the way to do it, that it'll be beneficial for yourself and even the person giving you advice.
I feel like I feel like I've always been really passionate or passionate. Like I just really think strongly about this, and no one will really be able to change my mind. Is that seeking advice or having that one or two people, at least one person in your life that you can go to and either rant to or ask for help, and you know that they have your best interest in mind, or even if it's someone who knows you to the point where they know when you need advice and when you just need someone to listen. And I just have always been so passionate about it's so important for someone's mental health or just for someone in general to have that one person to come to, because what, at least me, I need to always be okay, I'll text me, I'll be like, Mia, eggs or milk, not actually, but you know,
Yeah.
You need I need someone to be no, that's smart, that's the right area, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't,
Because
even if it's the most basic thing, nail color, or
at the end
a
of the day,
choice.
you know what you want, because sometimes she'll ask me for a nail color and she doesn't do what I give her, but it gives you kind of that
It's
no,
okay,
actually I know what
yeah.
I know what I want, you know, and it'll give you kind of a click into reality of I can make my own decision. I just needed some advice.
Yeah, it's Mia, blue or red. She's like, I feel red. I'm like, no, I'm actually really feeling blue.
And then it's kind of you know, have you ever done that thing where it'll be I'm gonna choose for you, and if you didn't feel that it was right, then you know that you want the other one. It's really like that. And sometimes you want it, someone will give you advice,
Yeah.
and at the end of the day, you don't have to take anyone's advice. It's what you want for yourself.
It's more to talk it out.
Yeah, it is more to talk it out. If you want to take that advice, that's good. That's healthy too. And if you don't want to, that's fine. It honestly just depends on what you're feeling in that moment and what you think is right for yourself at the end of the day.
I feel like we were born on this earth. We were brought into this earth not to make our own decisions, and not to
collaborate.
Yeah, not to live by yourself.
You make your own mini communities by yourself, community. Your friend group is your own community, you know? It just sounds like such a official term, but it's just it is. It's your community.
I feel like one of the main jobs of a friend is to have someone there to seek advice from and to be able to rant to. A friend in a way is a therapist. Obviously every friend group, every friendship is different. I guess it's more of how we've
it's boiling up in here, guys.
It's dying of heat. It's more, maybe it's
I'm sweating. I'm actually sweating. I can't.
Let me turn the fireplace off.
But I look so bad.
Wait, I'm turning the fireplace off. Put it on 62.
Oh my god, guys.
Yeah, she'll be back in a second.
I'm going through menopause.
I say this every week because I really think she goes through menopause every other week. No, but yeah, I really feel how is one supposed to go through life without talking things out with someone, or just making sure that they're doing the a sane decision, or they're in a sane the correct situation for themselves.
No, 100%. I feel your brain will explode.
It will.
It's so many thoughts in your own head.
Everything up.
Yeah.
If I were to bottle everything up, the thing is it's just to the most basis level of I'm not even kidding. Okay, Doritos or pretzels. Which one do I get? like I'm not sure. And then Mia's like, okay, you know what? Like, I feel like this week we can do like, it's literally, it sounds so stupid, but it's like right. Or
It just
like to the
helps
point
you
where
get
like,
your it helps you think your own thoughts
yeah,
out. And like
exactly.
obviously we're not saying like you can make your own decisions for yourself. Obviously don't like ask for every single thing because then eventually like you won't be able to decide anything for yourself. Like
Yeah, I think we're kind of at that point.
it's fine. Like okay, guys, we're the same person. Anyway, that's besides the point. But no, like Doritos pretzels is just like a basic example from when we're like
Yeah,
going
but you
grocery
can literally
shopping.
do like for a job, like do I really like?
Yeah, if you're like honestly like thinking through a job and like let's say if you know you well, I'm like do you really like I'll ask you, like, do you really think I would enjoy this? Like and like sometimes you just like you
Example.
like know yeah guys I need a job. I want to
Example. Mia picked up a flyer at Trader
no
Joe's
an
the other
application
day.
guys it's filled.
Oh
The
yeah,
application's full.
what did I say?
Flyer.
Not a flyer. I meant an application.
Um
She picked up an application from Trader Joe's the other day, and I was like, she's like, yeah, like I think I'm gonna like go in, and I was like, do you really want to work at Trader Joe's though? Like, I feel like maybe like more of like a chill cafe. She's like, I'm calling Friends Cafe on my way to on my way to the bar. I'm gonna see if they can.
yeah, cuz like I don't want to work at Trader Joe's. I just need a job. But yeah, like that's like let's say something a little bit more important than Doritos or pretzels, but like it helps you think it through because I was generally gonna go hand in the application and like I don't want to like it was just fine like that's besides the point, but like it helps me think like did I really want to do it and I didn't and like have you like helped me through it whatever like so like it's even just these small things like and then like eventually like we're getting to like when you need just like actual advice like I'm like going through a crisis like
Hmm.
and I need like genuine advice then you have to find like that one or two people who know you so well that they're gonna like tailor their advice to you.
Yeah.
Like,
Even if it's like not someone who knows you the best in the entire world, it's someone that you trust
mm,
that that you can go to for advice or to rant to. If there's like if there's that one person that like even if it's a therapist, like in a way view this as therapy.
yeah,
Like being able to be comfortable enough to go to a parent, to go to a friend, it's like therapy. It's like a built-in therapist, and not everyone is in a situation where they can do that, but like I mean that's why I also really believe in therapy. I think it's very beneficial.
oh, 100%. I'm like very big believer in therapy. I think everyone should go,
Hmm.
but I don't
This
go
coming
myself.
from two people who are not in
Yeah, we don't
therapy.
go to therapy, even though we know we should. But like honestly, like even if like let's say I talk out to Vive, I talk out to another friend, like and if that's my form of therapy, that's fine. As long as you're not fully keeping
Yeah.
it in just for yourself. And sometimes you might not have that person right now, but eventually you will.
Yeah.
And like it'll be your significant other, it'll be your parent later in life, sometimes you get closer later in life. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter who it is, as long as someone like as you said you trust
Yeah.
and you know they can give the advice that you need. Or sometimes it's not advice, sometimes you just want to rant. Like
Yeah, everyone always would tell me, like, I think even my brother, he'd be like, Aviv, like, our parents don't want to hear your, like, issues that don't even have to do with me. Like, let's say, like, there was, like, drama in our friend group. Like, yeah, I'd tell my parents. I'd go home and
yeah.
tell them. And, like, my brother's like, Aviv, like, why are you telling them? And I was like, because, like, I just need a rant. Like, guys, my parents eat that shit up, okay? Like, my dad, he's always like, so is there any gossip? Like, I need some, like, gossip in my life. I was like, no, thank the Lord. Um,
Yes. We're
but
anti-drama,
yeah.
guys.
But like I'm very like I always felt like just telling my parents something that happened, honestly, it lifted a weight off my shoulder. Like I would
100%.
feel free after.
Yeah,
And
I do it to my
it's
mom.
nothing that has to do with me. It's nothing that has to do with like something that happened to me. It would even if it was like something completely like someone in my school blah 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 and I tell them, I felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulder. Like I just needed like someone else to know what happened.
Because then it goes off
Majority
your
of it was
mind.
in our friend group. Like when we had friend
Well,
group
because like
drama,
think
like
if you have something in your friend group happening, like how are you gonna talk to someone in the group? Like let's yeah, maybe like if there's one other person that it's the drama's not happening with, but still like you want someone with the outside perspective. You want someone who can tell you
it's not even like I didn't even do it for perspective. I would just do it because I
to
felt the
drop.
need to
Yeah,
tell them. Like so I'm not the only one who knows of what's happening. Like
yeah.
it's literally
No, I do the same thing with my mom.
like literally what I would do. Like I would
It honestly doesn't matter, guys. It sounds really weird, but I will like talk to my dog. Like I will tell my dog stuff, and like usually that's just about myself, like about myself. Like if I'm like crying, I'll cry to my dog and like tell her like what's going on, even though she's sitting there like, what do you want from me? But Like, honestly, as long as it's just coming out.
Just like,
like
Emma, help me.
we
Am I
talked about
crying?
this in our last podcast, but journaling is a form of therapy. You're just taking it out.
Yeah.
Like, you're not just keeping it in your mind. Just like, it's a form of release. Like, you just generally need it so your brain doesn't,
Explode.
yeah,
Like,
like I said before. But
you'll just get like in your head.
yeah, very much you'll get in your head. I have a tendency to overthink, which we also, I think, talked about last
Yeah.
time. And this is a way for you to like lower that overthinking because you're getting your thoughts out and not like just going over and over and over again in your head.
Yeah. But there's a way to do this.
Yes.
And one of the ways is finding those one or two, like a close knit of people, like one or two people that you really can trust with like everything. Obviously, sometimes you need to seek advice with multiple people if you're not getting the answers that like you need, or like you're like, you know what, like I do want to hear more perspectives. That's also okay. Or like if you just feel like you ranting, like venting didn't lift a weight off your shoulder enough, like you need to like you don't want to bother that person, so you go to someone else. That's fine. But there's a difference between venting and gossiping.
Yes.
And don't get me wrong,
big gossips.
I'm a gossip. Like,
But there's
I
like
love gossip.
there's like gossip that creates drama, and there's gossip about like, oh, do you see that girl fell?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like
even online, like, oh my god, did you see that? Like this person, like I'm talking
they broke
famous.
up.
Like we were just watching Love Island. Like
Yeah.
like, they
Like
just
we
broke
started
up.
stalking them on Instagram, but like when you like start just spreading everything, let's say like something happened with someone, like one of your friends, if you start spreading it to everyone, like obviously like we talked about that one or two people, like you can have like a one or two like people for different types of advice. Let's say I want to go with someone with like boy problems, might go to a different person than like, but like if I want to talk about something that's just like internally bothering me, then I'll go with someone else. Like it doesn't have to be the same person. But we'll go back to like, if you have that drama and you start spreading it out to everyone, you're gossiping.
Yeah.
And like, and if you're
I feel like bouncing off of that, it's like it's not even like drama. It's not like I have drama and I'm telling people. It's more like if you think that you're venting, but you're going to every person and you're saying the same thing, that's starting to stir a pot, and like that's not venting, then that's gossiping because you're gossiping to multiple people about a situation. Venting is when you're going to one or two people and you're like I really feel this way and like I don't know what to do,
to
or
get
like
off my chest,
I
like
need
in
to
this
get it off
moment.
my chest.
But if you're like at different times
Like,
of the day just saying the same
or
thing,
like if you have like a vendetta or like an end game in something, like that's so not the right way.
especially
like,
if you're talking about a person and you know it can get back to them, because let's be real, especially in a friend group, everything gets to everyone, like it just does. But
I'd say like we definitely like have experienced this like in middle school or something.
Oh yeah, like forever.
School,
like this is something that starts like young. It
Yeah.
really does start young. And like the fact that it still happens like when we're in college, whatever, after college, I'm sure it happens to people after college.
Oh, for sure it happens to people after college.
Yeah, it's like so unhealthy, and it's like you're like you wanna just like, I don't know, like you're bored, something like if you said, you're stirring the pot, like
Yeah.
you really are. And if you like the way to do it, like if you have an issue, someone just talk to them.
Talk to them directly.
Like you have to like be mature, be an adult. Like you can't expect it to get back to them and think that's fine. Like you're hurting them. Like if you're talking about someone to everyone.
So yeah, I feel like there's just a difference between gossiping and venting or seeking advice, and I feel like that's when like people don't really know where the line is, which like you have to be careful and like think to yourself before you go and do something. Like, okay, like why am I really going to this person, and like making sure that you're not going to multiple people to stir a pot or to gossip. Make sure that you're going for the right reasons. And that's for yourself too. Like, so then like, like you're the reason for your friends and for these people that you're going to like rant to is to lift a weight off your shoulder and to help you like become a better person, and like within yourself make a decision to help you make a decision. And when you're doing the opposite and you're going to like vent to multiple people or gossip, then like what is that doing for yourself? How's that helping you? Like,
yeah.
because like
No, we have to try and be better people here. We're not like trying to hurt other people. We want to like it's not even like you're not looking for advice. which is fine. Again, we said advice and venting is two different things too.
People need to vent all the time.
People need to, yeah, we vent a lot.
Yeah.
But
wow, on the topic of venting, let's just touch on this real quick. So, like, I feel like we know each other best, like, out of a lot of people. Like,
100%.
Even if I'll make, like, a friend here, like, I feel like they don't feel, like, a friend here. I mean, like, at Rutgers, like, they don't feel like a really close friend where, like, to the same point where, like, my friends at home. You know, like, they don't feel like those people where, like, I really can go to for anything and they'll understand, or like I can literally look at them and they'll like understand that like something's wrong and like what's wrong. And number one, that's like a whole nother topic, but like that's like something that's really hard with of being at like a college is like finding people who match to that. But also another thing is relationships. And when you get into a relationship and like you seek advice from like your friends, let's say like one friend, okay? Like I'm using me as an example because we're here, obviously. I'm like, okay, I'm in a relationship and like something happened or like I feel a certain way and like I really need like to seek advice or just rant to her. I'm like, okay, like this happened with him and like I'm not like really sure like how to feel or like, you know what, like this happened and like I'm just a little like I know how I feel, like I'm just a little bit annoyed about it, but like, you know, I'll get over it like tomorrow, but like I need to tell someone.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people, like the person, like my like relationship, my partner, would get annoyed at that because they're like, well, why are you telling your friends things? Which
to a certain extent, there are things that should be kept between two people.
Yeah, to a certain extent, that's fine. But when it comes to like advice of like something that like that happened to you in the relationship or like something that like you feel like you need to get off your chest, I I feel like something that they can't grasp is that like no one will know me better than my friends.
Mm-hmm.
At like
they know you
at some point because they know you in ways that your boyfriend will never or your partner will never ever know you.
And they might know you in a different way than your friend, and that's fine. But if there's 100%. Something specific that you need to go to for your friend that they will know about, you're allowed to.
Yeah.
It should never be something of you're not allowed to. Like that's very controlling. Yeah. It can be quite manipulative because they can hold it against you. Mm-hmm. And it's just not the way to go about things. Like those are like it's a very big thing to look for in a partner. Like if they don't let you express yourself to other people, then they're holding you back.
Yeah. I always said like I feel like if my boyfriend like had a problem with me going to my friends and like telling them things or like any problem, like that would be like one of the biggest deal breakers for me because of how passionate I am about this like topic. Mm-hmm. I feel like this might be a little bit controversial because I feel like there are some people who feel like no, like what happens in my relationship stays in my relationship.
But again, it's to a certain extent. Like yes, there are things that I wouldn't say either. Like that it really is like just it's very very personal, and it could be also personal to your significant other, so they don't want someone else to know, and that's fine. But let's say if they did something to you, or you had a little tuffle in your relationship, you're allowed to talk about it. Again, it's just you have to learn to know the line and where your partner would be comfortable with
boundaries.
It. Yes, boundaries. You create boundaries. But it shouldn't be a no. It shouldn't be like you're not allowed to talk about it.
You shouldn't tell your friend anything.
And I tell you guys everything.
Yeah.
Again, I know my line. I know what I'm not gonna say. I know like that maybe it'll be like a brief thing, but I won't get into details. But like I need to. Like I feel like that. Like I like, just
it's on your chest.
It's on my chest, and I like feel it. Like you feel it in your body, in your gut.
Like I'm describing. I'm like I feel like the anxiety that it's giving me, and like there's nothing happening.
No, like it generally like it. Well, everyone knows that stress takes a toll on you, right? And if you're thinking about something over and over again, you're adding stress into your life. And we want to reduce the stress in our life, guys. There's so many other things that are just so much more like this should be like the things that don't bring you stress. Mm-hmm. So you want to be able to take it off your chest and literally like when I speak to people, we'll have like our little like nightly debrief sometimes, and I just literally sleep better. Like it's just everything's out. Yeah, everything's like
someone else knows my problem.
Exactly. Like it's not just me. I'm not dealing with it by myself. Yeah. Like.
And it's just the fact that it works shows how beneficial it is. And actually, we're taking health psych.
Yes.
Were you there? I don't know if she was in this class, but it was about social support.
Yeah.
Okay. And literally, like,
there
is scientific proof that social support from people, like, even like this, like, that can help a person and reduce their stress an insane amount.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it literally
there's proof saying that social support is needed.
It lengthens your life. Like this is a real thing. Like
it literally lengthens
the better life. Like tight knit group you have, or like social network you have, it literally decreases mortality.
Yeah.
Like, this is a proven thing. Like,
it literally shows that people who are people who are lonely they die faster than people who have a social network of some type.
Yeah.
That
and this is like a big part of it. Like, this is a big part of your social network and why it's so important, because in your social network you're like, again, you're releasing everything, because because stress is also very bad for your health. Like, we know that. And the more, like, if this is causing me stress not to release it, then I'm hurting myself. Like, I really am. So, like, people just have to find their way of, like, venting, like, or releasing things from them. Again, like I said, it's like talking
whether it's getting a therapist,
whether it's getting a licensed therapist, whether it's talking to your dog, whether it's journaling,
your book,
your bird. What do you mean, your book?
I'll be like, parrot. Like, I don't know. Give me what? She has 7 birds. What's one of your bird names?
7. I have 3, and they're not mine. They're my mother's. I'm not a bird lady, guys.
Okay, I'll be like, tweet. Like, I'm like really going through now, and like, you know what? And the bird might help me, because it might do a little tweet back, and I'll be like, thanks.
Some people have. I actually know, like, not like no, but like someone said, like, she's very close to her parrot, and it's very cute, guys. Like, the parrot talks. Like, it's one of those like really smart ones, and like, it's honestly at the same level as talking to your dog, I guess. Like, you can be very close to your parrot, I guess. I personally don't have that, but that's very cute. But
it can even be a younger sibling. Now that I'm thinking of it, like,
oh, 100%.
Even like your 3-year-old sibling, though, I'm saying, like, even if it's like a 3-year-old child, like, and you're talking to them,
it's venting again.
Like, they might either have the stupidest advice for you,
but sometimes that works,
you know what,
guys.
Like, you're right, like, or like, thanks for listening.
I feel like sometimes stupid advice can put yourself into perspective, because sometimes the advice will be so stupid they're like,
why am I even talking about this?
Why am I stressing about this? Like, that just shows how much you're like, oh, I'm okay. Like, there's no need. But it just goes again, like, you just have to find the right way of doing this. And that's very like, per person. What's it called?
Yeah, it's personalized, not personalizable. It's like to each their own. Like, every person is different, and every person needs a different type of support, and every person needs a different type of like social network, and every like
in the amount that you get.
Everyone is different, and when it comes to this, it's really, you need to know what's best for you. But one thing that is not good for any person is bottling it up and not talking with one person or letting out something. Literally, if you don't want to speak and verbalize it, journal, write it down in a notebook. You can burn the paper if you don't want it to be out there. But like, you need to get your thoughts out, or else they just, like, they're in your head.
A lot of people do, like, voice memos, and you could delete it right after if you want to. And so if you don't want to journal, like, I wish I liked journaling, but, like, guys, hurts my hand. But you could do, like, a little voice memo. And, like, honestly, sometimes if you look back on it also, you're like, it'll also help put things into perspective. Whether you're like, oh, like, maybe I don't need to stress about it too much, or like, oh, maybe I need to find more help. Like,
literally so many times where I'm like, I think back to a decision, and I'm like, why did I stress and like have so much anxiety over that when it's the stupidest thing, and like I ended up doing it, it was really fun, or like I made the right decision and 100%. Didn't do it, and like it was fine. Like,
yeah. And that stress, honestly, I'm very, very bad at decision making. And that is why I come to a lot of advice. So that is why I go to Vive a lot for advice.
Yeah, we're a whole bunch of indecisiveness.
Yeah, here. Like, slowly I've gotten better for sure. Like, I've had this. My mom used to do this thing where, like, she'd force me to make it. Like, if I wanted her to make a decision, she's like, no, you're making the decision. Like, small things, anything. She's like, you're making the decision. And honestly, as much as I like hated it, like, it was good that she did that. Like, I like my decision making. Definitely.
Don't tell Raisa this. Raisa,
oh yeah.
If you find this,
I have a friend that like wants to kill me because I can never make a decision. Like it's like a thing. Like I'm like the worst decision maker ever. I think I have this thing. It's part of that people pleaser thing. We actually also talked in the last episode.
Or what they said, they actually mentioned this in the meeting that like in the class that we took. It was that like a lot of that stems from maybe like not wanting to be wrong or making the wrong decision.
Exactly. Like I have this fear that like I'm going like something's like it's just gonna go wrong. Like if I don't make the right decision, then
technically there is no wrong decision. Like if you think about it,
there isn't, and that's something very hard to learn.
What you make of it, yeah.
It is what you make of it, and it is how you deal with it later. And like, let's say you made the quote unquote wrong decision, how you deal with it later is really how wrong that decision was. If you like, does that make sense? Like, if you deal with it horribly, yeah, it was the wrong decision. If you like kind of work through it, get over it. It was fine. It's not the end of the world. I don't know how we got to decision making.
Wow, we really bounced. This whole podcast is ADHD. Like
it is, but I'm gonna circle back now that like with the decision making, that is partially a lot personally why I seek advice, because I'm so bad at decision making. Obviously everyone seeks advice for different reasons. For me it is usually decision making, and like we said before, like sometimes maybe like people give me advice and honestly I don't want to take it. Like I don't think that's a decision for me.
It's more to help you figure out what decision you want to make. You're not asking someone to make a decision for you. You're just telling them, like you're kind of vocalizing like your thoughts. Dilemma and your thoughts, and you're like, and then if they tell you something, that's when you really know if like that's what you want or not.
And slowly, you won't need to ask your friend just specifically for every decision. Obviously, for big decisions, most likely you will need it, but like for small decisions, like slowly, you won't need to ask your friend for every single thing, and you can work it out by yourself. But it is totally fine to ask your friend, and like especially in the beginning as you're working through it, and like
you don't need to ask anyone to help you with decisions. It's more for you to like
get your thoughts out. Like it's the way to get like, because sometimes like, I mean, it happens to me a lot where like I can't get my words out on like it's in my head. Which I think happens to a lot of people, to be honest. But sometimes if you're talking to someone, it's like they can kind of get the words out of you, and when you finally put what you're thinking into words, that also is helping you make your decision.
Yeah, or like it helps you understand how you're feeling.
Yeah. So I honestly think that just talking to someone, like something, if you want to
something,
whatever it is, whatever floats your boat, it's just so beneficial in so many different ways. Like it really is. Like it
vent, don't stir the pot.
Yeah, guys, that is important. That's an important line that we cannot cross. Again, someone or something that you can release your thoughts to.
Vent to, rant to, seek advice if needed.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, you decide for yourself. Don't let anyone make anything, decide anything for you.
The decisions are up to you.
Yes, that is also important. I feel like we need to mention that.
But the lifting a weight off the shoulder so someone else can share your emotions and thoughts and feelings is important.
Yeah.
Like very important. So take that with how you will or what you will.
And we hope you
enjoyed this podcast. It definitely was a little bit bouncy and maybe didn't make a lot of sense. But if you have any questions or advice, put it in the chat or anything you want advice on, and we can give you advice.
Yeah.
In a podcast.
We'll try at least.
Yeah, we can try. Like,
as much as we can.
We'll give you our 2 cents, but at the end of the day, you'll take it with what you will.
Yeah. Okay.
I really have to pee. So,
we're gonna say bye. Hope you enjoyed. We're just 2 girls, and we'll see you next time.